Cyril Nation, and today I have for you a new video. Um, this is going to be a little bit different from the usual content I upload on my channel, but I'm thinking about making a new series called, it's basically like a countdown sort of deal where I have like top 5 to top 10, you know, countdowns depending on whatever subject I use for the video or topic. But, today we'll be covering one of the most bizarre yet one of the most interesting blocks on t television networks, and that is Adult Swim on Cartoon Network. This will be the top 5 Adult Swim shows. So yeah, it's sort of like an experimental thing I'm doing to see if this will work. My top 5, you know, shows that I have. It was kind of hard to do this because Adult Swim doesn't really have, much shows that I enjoy, but yeah, I'll see what I could do. Without further ado, let's get into this. Sit down, have a seat, get yourself comfy, and yeah, we'll get right into it. So, starting off at number 5, this isn't a show that's really only on Adult Swim because it's on Fox also, and it originally came out on Fox, but Adult Swim eventually got the rights to own some of this. But the show I'm talking about is Bob's Burgers. Now, I haven't actually watched too much of this show. I've only seen like maybe the first season and a little bit of season 2, but from what I've seen so far, this show just looks so it looks like something that I would enjoy so much because from what I've watched so far, the show just looks so entertaining. It involves like basically there's a family, they're called the Belcher family, and there's Bob, which is, the main guy, sort of like how Peter is on Family Guy. But there's Bob, Linda, his wife, and their weird 3 children, they got Louise, Jean, and Tina. And basically, the formula for this family works so well in this show. It's kind of like crazy to think about it compared to other shows like Family Guy and The Simpsons and American Dad. This is like really, it's supposed to be connected in that genre of like cartoon sitcom type deal, but with this, it's like it just feels a little bit more different than, the other 3 shows. Mainly because, like, I feel like it just feels so much more fresh than, Family Guy, American Dad, and The Simpsons because they all follow a really similar formula. And while this show, like, it may seem like it does that, it does it in a way to where it's, like, special, in my opinion. So yeah, Boss Burger is definitely a good show. I definitely recommend if you check it out if you enjoy that type of genre of cartoons. Alright, going to number 4 is Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Now, yeah, again, this is one of those like really random shows, but basically it involves these three food objects. You have Meat Wad, which is like a little meatball. You have like um you have like Master Shake, I think his name is. It's like he's like basically like a milkshake, and you have like Frylock, and it's like it's such a weird show. It's so weird that it's like it's just fun to watch, in my opinion. Like it's so surreal, like the stuff that they go through, and like the stuff that happens in the show. And you also have like Carl, which is like some guy, and he has like a whole bunch of hair on his body. And it just works for some reason. I don't really know why, because it's one of the most random plots I've ever seen in a cartoon. It doesn't really have, you know, a real plot. It's just one of those cartoons that's so random, it's good. And I don't know why. I can't explain it, but I haven't watched all seasons. I haven't seen all the episodes, but from what I've seen, it's entertaining. I mean, like, it's really one of those shows so you watch when you're just bored and there's nothing really on. But it's had a pretty long run too. I think there's like 11 seasons, so if you guys want to check that out, I definitely recommend it if you like that Adult Swim vibe to it. All right, coming in at number three is Robot Chicken. Now, if you've seen Adult Swim, you most likely know what Robot Chicken is. It's one of those like, it's basically sort of like Mad to where like they parody all like brands possible. They parody all like toy brands, all movies, all TV shows, all pop culture basically, and they try to parody it as many ways as possible. And yeah, it's kind of random, but it's more relatable to where like anything that you watch, basically they can make fun of in a way to where it's humorous and it's really funny. And it's also stop motion, which I find cool. They use like action figures for most of the skits, but yeah, it's pretty entertaining. If you like Adult Swim, you'll like this most likely. But it's still airing surprisingly. I thought this show got canceled a long time ago because actually stopped watching it a long time ago. But I remember that when I was younger, I did enjoy it, even though I didn't really understand the humor that much because I was younger. But now looking back on it, like seeing some of the old clips, I find it pretty funny. So yeah, definitely a good watch. You guys should check that out. All right, coming in at number two is the Boondocks. Now, this is really like really hard to explain why I love this show so much, but it just focuses on so many topics that I love like so much, dude. I'd say like if the next show that's after this for number one, if that this show didn't come out, this probably would have been like number one basically. But man, oh man, dude, the Boondocks is just it's such a good show. It follows so there's three characters. There's Granddad. I don't know his actual name. I'm just gonna call him Granddad because that's what he's known for. But basically, it's like this guy, and he owns like a really rich house, and he has two. I don't know, like, yeah, I guess it's his grandchildren. Yeah, his grandchildren, Riley and Huey. And Riley is mainly known to be like the thug, the try hard gangster, and like it usually balances out because Huey's like more like he's like the smartest basically. He's the smarter of the two and he has like a huge connection with like martial arts and like samurai stuff and it's like it just balances out so well and these three characters they go on adventures like it's so hard to explain but it's so good and well although this show like does have like a lot of controversy because it does have like some like stereotypes and like racial stuff. So like, be warned that it has that like, a little bit like sensitive topics. But it's really like not anything serious. It's not it's to be taken lightly. But if you could like, not get like, routed up about that, then you would enjoy this cartoon like very much because I don't know if it was just me personally for the humor that I enjoy, but in terms of this, like it captures that perfectly for me. All right, and coming in at number one is Rick and Morty. Now, I just have to say a shout out to everyone that recommended this show to me because I've heard good things about the show for the longest amount of time, but I never decided to watch it myself because I was like, it looks really similar to Futurama, which is another show I really enjoy. I'd say that's like another one of my top cartoons of all time. But I was like, it's basically it looks like a ripoff of Futurama. Like it doesn't look like that good at all. It looks like it's just copying some of the stuff that Futurama did. But man, when I saw the first episode, I instantly became hooked on the series. I kept on watching like more and more, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch one more episode and that's it. But no, I kept on watching like more, and eventually I finished the first season in like 2 days, which is crazy. But the story involves there's like there's the kid of the house, Morty, and his granddad. I think it's his granddad, right? Hold on. His grandfather Rick. He's been missing from the family household for a long time, and it hasn't really been said why. So he was never there for Morty when he was like younger as a kid. But now that like he's there when Morty's a teenager, they go on like all these different kinds of adventures. They go to different like they don't go to different time periods. They just go to different dimensions, like different planets and stuff. And my God, I don't know if it's just because I like that idea of like traveling through time and like different universes and dimensions and stuff. Because like since I used to watch Doctor Who, like it feels like it has that influence of like the animation style of Adventure Time, but also a little bit of like Doctor Who and like other references, you know. It has like that all the stuff that I enjoy from other shows like Futurama, also that futuristic aspect of like involving aliens and stuff. And while this is like mainly a comedy, like all the other like Adult Swim shows are mainly comedies, but what I like about this more than any other show on Adult Swim is that it actually has a really like strong plot in the show that they don't talk about too much, but when they get into it, it's really deep, surprisingly, and it changes from like a comedy to like sort of like, you know, drama suspense. And that's what I enjoy about the show so much, that it knows when to be funny. It knows when to be serious. It knows when to have that the dark comedy and the dark twisted jokes, and it knows how to portray that perfectly. So yeah, I recommend this show above every single other one that I've said so far. I mean, you know, all those shows like that are great, the ones that I said are like, you know, for my top five, but man, I did not know what I was missing out when I saw this. Like I just wish I've seen this sooner, but yeah, season 3 is supposed to come out this year, so if you guys want to check that out, I definitely recommend you watch the first 2 seasons before season 3 comes out, just to see if you enjoy it. But yeah, saying that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. Let me know what you think of this series down below if you want to see more of it, or if you just want me to keep doing what I usually do with my other content. I still will be doing the old content that I do, my usual stuff, but you know, I want to add like some of this too if I can. So let me know what you guys think. But saying that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Um, yeah, catch you on my next one, and that's pretty much it. Peace.